Alright, this is me versus Cyanide here, and let me just start right into some stuff about 311 and how I don't know, here's some matchups to think about. Some potential matchups. What I'd like to see, what the MMA world would possibly like to see. Starting off with Kevin Holland, and I'm only going to do the main card, by the way. Sorry. Kevin Holland versus a welterweight. Any welterweight. But which welterweight? Well, here's the thing: is I do think he could still beat some middleweights, but I think he's too small for the division. And a lot of the up and coming middleweights probably don't want to waste their time with a Kevin Holland fight, even though he is a great fighter. And I don't think he's good enough to really bang out with all the welterweights. I think if you look at welterweight, even though yes he has beaten Buckley, it's like, well, who does he fight? Who's a good win for him? I guess he could maybe beat Colby Covington, and like that's it. That's because Colby Covington sucks now. So you know. But actually, what I want to see is I want to see him fight Jorge Masvidal, who said he was going to come back to the UFC this year. So that's what I want to see next for Holland. I want to see him against Jorge Masvidal. I think that'd be a really fun fight, a really funny. There could be some funny interactions between them, because they both like to talk shit, especially Kevin Holland, and I know that would piss a lot of the shit he could talk, could piss off Jorge Masvidal, and I could see Kevin Holland beating the shit out of Jorge Masvidal very easily, and I could also see this. I don't know what else to make for a comeback fight for Jorge Masvidal, so yeah, that's who I want him to face, Jorge Masvidal. Next is D Ritter, who surprised me a bit. I did not expect D. Ritter to dominate like he did against Kevin Holland. He's legit. A one championship champion is legit. I do think that they should give him a fast track because he is from another promotion. He's already been champion in that promotion, and he's kind of a bit on the older side. I want to give him somebody no one really likes so he can beat them, and but I also want to give him somebody that he can get his wrestling challenged by, and that is Brendan Allen. Now, I think he can wrestle with him and make him fight on the feet, and that would be more entertaining because D. Ritter's fights get entertaining when people can grapple with him. But I also want to see Brendan Allen lose, so there's that. Um, Anyways, for the next fight, I want to see Sergey Spivak fight Mick Parkin. Sergey Spivak is coming off of a knockout loss to Jolton Almeida. It'd be a great test for Mick, who people are very hyped about, another hyped heavyweight prospect. It can be great for Sergey to prove that he's still a great heavyweight, or at least a ranked one, you know. And he needs a winnable fight where he may be able to avoid getting KO'd. You know, if he can bring Mick Park into the ground and sit on him, that or Gaziv, but or Geziev, but I want to see I want to see Mick Parkin. Cause I want his brain to be okay and for his career to I want this man's career to be over. I don't hate Sergey Spivak, so there's that. But I want Jolton Almeida versus Cyril Gone. Uh, Jolton Almeida, I don't know if I've talked about this in any previous videos. Jolton Almeida is a problem at heavyweight. He is a dark horse at heavyweight. Outside of John Jones, he's the only heavyweight I could see give Tom Aspinall some issues. I guess Cyril Gone too, and that's where I'm at. I think he should fight Cyril Gone. I think it would be a great number one contender fight. A real number one contender fight with 5 rounds. I think Almeida could finish him in the first with just his jiu-jitsu and wrestling. But yeah, title shot after the Jones and Aspinall fight. There's a bit of a logjam at heavyweight anyway, so that or Cyril Gone just kind of stands around and waits for a title shot after his extremely boring fight with Volkov that ended in a controversial decision. So yeah, no, they're not gonna fucking give him the title shot. They honestly would probably rather give Jolton Almeida after beating Sergey Spivak, but realistically, they're probably gonna be like, hey, Cyril, We're not giving you a title shot after that bullshit, and we don't exactly want to see you fight Volkov again. So here's Dalton Almeida, kid. Have fun. Should be an easy win for Almeida, I think. And this is not to say Cyril Gane's bad, but styles make fights, and I think Almeida would beat him. But he's no longer boring, so fans don't have to dread a Dalton Almeida fight, and he gets finishes. He's a beast, dude. Absolute beast. Bounce back great from the Curtis Blades loss at the beginning of last year. People forget that he started last year by losing by KO to Curtis Blades. So, like, we could have seen Almeida versus Aspinall for the interim belt, but we didn't. So, next we have Jamal Hill, who, by the way, I'd like to say this for record. I like Jamal Hill. I'm one of the few. Actually, I want to say I'm one of the few MMA content creators that likes Jamal Hill still, but he definitely has lost a lot of fans over the years, and I get why. It's whatever. But I want him to fight Khalil Roundtree. We were supposed to get this fight last year before it fell through because of Roundtree's suspension. I don't know. I thought it would be a banger fight then. Why not make it now? Both of them have lost to Pereira. Both of them need a win, especially Hill. I'm trying to think of who else Hill could fight that doesn't have a little bit of wrestling that people would be interested in. And yeah, Khalil Roundtree would be the only one. Banger fight. This fight would feed generations. I think it's winnable, but would be a very hard test for Hill. And vice versa. And I want to be right about Roundtree beating Hill as well, I guess. I want Yuri to fight the winner of Alex versus Magomed. I know he's lost to Alex twice, but, I mean, Max Holloway lost to Volkanovski twice, and they gave him a third fight, so, you know. Finished a top 5 guy, has only lost to Alex in the UFC, like, I don't see him losing to anyone else, and that includes Magomed. I think Magomed's the only other guy that could give him, not problems, but that can beat him in light heavyweight. And then we'll see in the future, but I don't know. My next video after this is gonna be about Alex Pereira versus Magomed and Kalaev. I'm actually gonna record it after this and then upload it some other time this week. But anyways. Yeah, he's the Max Holloway of light heavyweight. If not that, maybe move down to middleweight if he cannot beat Alex Pereira the third time. Because he walks around at like 208. I mean, he could make the weight. It would probably be a little bit hard for him, but he would be a bit of a problem at middleweight. But then now I think about it, middleweight has so many prospects that it's just like, holy shit, imagine adding Yuri to that pool. Holy fuck. That'd be awesome, though. I love Yuri Perovsky. He is top 5 favorite fighters for me. I fucking love the guy. Very inspirational fighter, very cool guy. Next, we're going with Umar, who I think should fight O'Malley for number 1 contender. Don't you think, he just lost the belt. He just lost the belt. They both just lost the belt. They just both lost their fights. Why are giving them a number 1 contender? It's like, who else? Like, who fucking else in bantamweight deserves a number 1 contender? First of all, Umar versus Merab, as dominant those last 3 rounds were, it's still on paper a very competitive and very close fight. Those first 2 rounds, I'd say the 5th round was kind of close. It was looking dodgy there a bit until he got those last few takedowns and did a bit of damage to seal the deal. But yeah, I want to see Umar versus O'Malley. I think the build-up could be great. I think the fight's going to be a banger. O'Malley, I mean, that fight was closer than people. If you rewatch the Merab versus O'Malley fight, it was closer than you think. I think you could give 2 rounds to O'Malley. O'Malley and people that think that he won more than 2 rounds are fucking bonkers. I think he only won 1, which is the 5th round. But yeah, I don't know. The UFC, holy shit, I'm stuttering. The UFC fucked up when they scheduled the all those Merab fights for him to just win all of them. Because now he's beaten the whole fucking division, and it's like, who the fuck does this guy fight? And he's not gonna fight his Georgian brother at fucking featherweight. So it's just like, jeez. Anyways, next to Renato Moicano. nobody gave him a shot to win this. I was like, it's time for him. He can do this. He can't afford to lose. In reality, in the back of my head, it's like, oh my god, he's going to get finished in the first round or else. This is embarrassing for Makhachev. He got finished in the first round. Kind of, sort of, dropped Islam. It looked like Islam slipped. But regardless, lost. Shouldn't have been fighting for a title anyways. Only got a fight because of Arman Tsuyukian. I don't think he deserves a top 5 guy. And there's kind of everybody booked. And correct me if I'm wrong, but Paddy Pimblett does not have a fight. And I don't think Renato Moicano took too much damage in this fight. And there's a lot of bad blood. It is a heated rivalry between the two. I would love to see it. I know a lot of UFC fans would love to see it. I know Paddy fans would love to see it. I know Moicano fans would love to see it. Because a lot of them don't really have too much crossover. When you talk to a Paddy fan, they're like, oh, he can beat Moicano. Moicano's a scrub. Did you see him tap that easily to Islam? Imagine if he's on the ground with Paddy. And vice versa. They're like, oh, did you see how fucking crazy good Moicano is on the ground? You see what he did to BSD? Come on, motherfucker. Paddy Pimblett got nothing. Paddy Pimblett gonna get mauled by Money Moicano. I don't know. I think Paddy has a good chance in that fight. Very competitive fight. Great challenge for both fighters, and could show if Moicano loses that fight, that's it. That's the end of Money Moicano. That's the end of him trying to become champion. That's fine. Not everyone's destined to be champion. And this, and whether Paddy wins or not, will let us know. All right. We know he's a legit ranked lightweight. Let's see if he is a legit lightweight. You know what I mean? Like, I think he would get crushed by Grant Dotson, but that's a different story. I think Grant Dotson's the white Habib. Just throwing that out there. I might be wrong in the future. Actually, GSP's white Habib, but I mean, but like Habib isn't white. White. They're all white. I don't know. Dagestani sounds like they're not, but he is white. He's a white Muslim man. Should I keep it? Fuck it, I'll keep it in. It's a funny, but you know what I mean. He's Christian Habib. There we go. I don't know his religion. I went on a tangent here. I'm keeping it in because I think it's funny that I fucked up. Habib is black. Fuck. Next, Islam Makhachev. Now, I do want to see him move up to welterweight. I don't think that's going to happen. I think a fight between him and Bilal would be cool. Or winner Bilal Shavkat would be cool, but fuck it. Who cares? I think he should fight Charles Oliveira again. I think this is a new Oliveira. I think Oliveira's will hopefully come out with a new game plan and mindset. I mean, we've seen the fight before, but I don't know if it will be the same fight again. Which, if Islam talks about how he's better at ring matches, I mean, hey, give him this rematch. This would be the ultimate rematch because I think Charles is very good. I don't know. Arman maybe later in the year if Islam wants to rest a bit. Fight another number one contender fight. I know he just did, but it's like, I don't know. If I was the UFC, I don't know if I would take another risk with Arman because he took so long to pull out of this fight. And he waited till the last second. And we went from having an absolute banger of a light... And I guess Oliveira did the same, but hey, we got Volkanovski. And he did it a bit earlier. He did it right when the injury happened. I don't know. I don't know if I'm the UFC, I don't know if I can trust Arman again, but who knows. This is cyanide, and I'm fucking gay.
You unload them.
I'm working on it.
Go do it.
I am doing it. I'm sorry.
Get in the hair and do it. I'll be up all night with you if I have to. You won't get any sleep for that stuff.
I'm working on it.
Get in there and start.
I'm working on it.